Chicago Marathon. A look at Dennis Kimetto of Kenya. Right behind him is countryman Emmanuel Mutai. 1-2 as they head for home.
Well, and this is remarkable from Dennis Kimetto because he hasn't had a perfect year. He had malaria in July, then he had a back problem in August, had to go to Holland, to the Netherlands, get treatment for that. He said he's trained well for the last 8 weeks, but it hasn't been a really smooth build-up for Chicago.
Xfinity world record splits. Take a look.
Well, and there it is, 1:57.12 at 40K. And Ed, we think they've gone 1:57.39 here today, so they could be about 1:57.15. We're just having confirmed.
Wow.
So they're still right there.
Very much in their sights still. A world record pace, 1:57.15, so just 3 seconds off of that. And we see a gap finally opening up between Kimetto now and Mutai. And you're exactly right, he has not had a perfect year with that bout of malaria. But since then, since August, he's had 150 miles a week as we spoke to him. So he has logged in some incredible training, and now we can see him beginning to pull away from Mutai. Tony, what can you tell us about this move?
Yeah, it was interesting because just before the 40-kilometer mark, there was a lead aid station. Kimetto slowed to make sure he got his bottle. It was right in front of Mutai's bottle, and Mutai grabbed and missed it. He missed his bottle, and Kimetto noticed that and put the pedal down, and that's where this gap has come from.
Boy, Kimetto looks so relaxed, so upright and strong as he's going. They got 1 mile to go here, but he continues to pull away with every stride, Tony.
Well, 1:59 with 1 mile to go, 1:59 flat. And I said earlier, his eyes were cast forward, his shoulders were back. His architecture had a back problem, but his back looked good. And he just looked marginally better than Mutai. Mutai had a more furrowed brow, holding on just a little bit more. But at this stage, that's just enough. And now Kimetto is going
1:58.56.
He's going for
with
it.
1 mile to go.
All the way home from here.
Okay, the world record again, 2:03.23, set by Wilson Kipsang.
With a mile to go, 1:58.56. That means he'd have to run a 4:27 miles. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So he's going to get the course record. And first of all, he's got to beat Mutai, and it looks like he's well on his way to doing that.
Yeah, that's a decisive gap now. Mutai, I think, has thrown the towel. He's going to run an incredible time, one of the fastest ever losing times. Kimetto here, though, has 30 apartments back at home. He's bought a farm that is family run. He's going to be able to buy a few more apartments at the end of today.
That last mile running 4:45. Kimetto trying to chase down the record here, course record here set last year by Sigai Kabeda, 2:04.38. He looks like he's going to do that.
Well, he's been second at Berlin. He won the Tokyo Marathon earlier this year, but certainly he's well on his way to the biggest win of his career thus far.
And he is a pure marathon runner. This is the boy who's never run a track race in his life. And of course, up until about the last 10, 12 years, we always thought that was part of the process. You had to come from track. You had to do those hard yards on the track and then become a marathon runner. Not anymore. This is the new generation.
Let's go to Tony Ravis.
Well, you know, he took a quick look back to see where Mutai was. And Mutai's 5 seconds back. He's got his teeth bared. He's digging in as deep as he can. The crowds are phenomenal out here for this final mile. The sun's out. The wind is not a factor anymore. And it's just a matter of how far under that course record can they go. I know they'd love to break 2:04 on this course. And they've been about 41 seconds under the course record at the last checkpoint. So they're high 2:03 right now. You know, very high quality marathon running here in Chicago. As always, with this Kimetto, the training partner of Geoffrey Mutai, who's preparing for the New York City Marathon in November, the fastest man in history. So, boy, you know, you train with the best, this is what you get.
Well, there's a $75,000 bonus for getting that course record, and Dennis Kimetto would also love to dip under 2:04. As long as he can run a 5:04 mile for his last mile, he will do just that.
Well, he's feeling tired, there's no doubt about it. That little glance over his shoulder just now tells you that he's still concerned about what's going on behind him. Mutai's chasing hard, and the gap is growing very slowly. It's about 6 or 7 seconds. Now they take that right-hand turn onto Roosevelt. Just over 500 meters here, then a left onto Columbus for those last 250 yards. He's inside the last half mile, but he's going to be excruciatingly close, but just outside that world record by the looks of things.
Well, there's no question. Forget about the world record, but he is going to shatter the course record here in Chicago, which was set just last year by Sigai Kabeda of Ethiopia. He did it in 2:04:38, and as you can see in the corner of your screen there, in the middle of your screen, bottom screen there, he is well below that.
Well, it's going to be a big PR too for Emmanuel Mutai, albeit in second place. A lot of people had him singled out. He was only 17th in the Olympic Games last year. Really disappointed with that one. It will have been an incredible run from him. There's going to be some great times behind these two as well. Let's not forget that. There are going to be guys getting well beaten, running 2.5, 2.6, 2.7.
He makes his final turn here now. We've got about 200 meters to go. It's got to feel great knowing that you're going to dip under or close to 2:04. A fantastic win for him on a hard day. Perfect conditions. Dennis Kimetto.
Final 100 yards. Down the straightaway. He's already got his PR. Headed for home. The winner of the 2013 Tokyo Marathon is going to add another victory to his career. And your 2013 Bank of America Chicago Marathon winner, Dennis Kimetto, in a time unofficially 2:03:45. 2:03:45. A new course record.
And Emmanuel Mutai finishes strong, 2:03:52 unofficially,
which gives him yet